The night Sophie went live, the world held its breath. Episode 16 had ended with Mark breaking into her home, while cameras recorded every terrifying moment. Millions had watched as Sophie faced the man who had haunted her life for months. But episode 17 begins where the chaos left off. Her heart pounding, body trembling, knowing the most dangerous moment of her life was unfolding. Sophie crouched behind her couch, her phone lying on the floor, still streaming live. Her breath came in short, ragged gasps as she watched Mark move through her living room. Each step he took was deliberate, calculated, filled with rage. Her mind raced. This is it. This is either the end or the beginning of my freedom. Mark's eyes scanned the room, landing on the shattered phone. He muttered, almost to himself, "You think the world can save you? They can only watch." Sophie's hands shook as she whispered into the camera's mic, barely audible. "I'm not afraid anymore. You can't control me, Mark. Not tonight." He paused. Something flickered in his expression. Shock, disbelief, maybe even fear. For the first time, he realized that millions were watching. Every move he made was being broadcast live. Outside, sirens wailed faintly in the distance. Neighbors had called the police when they noticed Sophie's live stream, her screams echoing through the quiet neighborhood. Mark's grip on control was slipping and panic began to creep into his movements. Sophie's pulse raced. She knew she had one shot to end this nightmare. Slowly, she stood up, raising her phone like a shield. Her voice rang clear. "Mark, everyone can see you. Stop. Leave now or it's all over." Mark lunged. His hands were outstretched, fury written in every line of his body. Sophie screamed and ducked, narrowly avoiding his grasp. The phone fell, but the screen continued recording. She scrambled across the room, heart pounding, until she reached the back door. Her mind flashed back to everything: the lies, the betrayals, the nights of fear, the endless stalking, the threats. Each memory fueled a fire inside her. This is it. No more running. No more fear. The front door burst open as police officers flooded the living room. Mark froze, his eyes wide with rage and disbelief. He was outnumbered, exposed, and humiliated. Sophie, her body trembling from adrenaline and fear, collapsed into the arms of Lily, who had arrived moments earlier. The officers moved in quickly, handcuffing Mark while he shouted threats that were drowned out by Sophie's sobs of relief. Sophie sank to the floor, tears streaming down her face, shaking with a mix of fear, relief, and overwhelming exhaustion. The cameras had captured everything: Mark's obsession, his violence, his attempt to control her. Now, the world knew the truth. Lily knelt beside her, wrapping her in a tight embrace. "It's over, Sophie. You did it. You're safe now." Sophie buried her face in Lily's shoulder, unable to speak for a moment. When she finally looked up, her eyes glistened with tears, but there was also a spark of strength. "I'm free. Finally free." The live stream had gone viral within minutes. Millions of viewers witnessed her courage, sharing messages of support and outrage at Mark's actions. Sophie realized the power of speaking out, the strength in documenting her truth, and the importance of never letting fear control her life again. Even as officers escorted Mark out of the house, he turned to her one last time, his expression a mixture of hatred and helplessness. Sophie met his gaze calmly. "You lost, Mark. The world saw who you really are, and now you have no control over me." He was silent for a moment, then the doors closed behind him. Episode 17 closes with Sophie standing in her living room, looking at the shattered remnants of her fear. The house was quiet again, the night calm, and for the first time in months, Sophie felt a sense of peace. She knew the journey wasn't completely over. He might appeal, he might try again, but the control, the power, and the courage were hers now. Her whispered words as the camera pans out: "I survived. I will not be silenced, and I will never let anyone control my life again." If episode 17 gave you chills and left you on the edge of your seat, hit that like button. Share this story with someone who loves suspenseful drama and comment below. Did Sophie finally defeat Mark, or is there more danger ahead? Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss episode 18, the twist that will change everything.